All right, welcome to Chapter 10, the final piece of our explainer on protecting PII and intellectual property in AI systems. So we've gone through all the risks, the policies, the tools. Now it's time to tie it all together by building a real, practical roadmap and figuring out what success actually looks like. Okay, before we get started, just a quick but important note. This is part 10 of our 10-part tutorial, and it's all based on a really comprehensive report from Virtualization Options LLC. Just remember, this is for general information. It's only a tiny slice of what's in the full report, and of course, it comes with no warranty and it's not legal or financial advice. So here's the game plan for today. We're going to walk through a 4-phase plan. We'll start by building the foundation, then implementing protections, then deploying some pretty advanced capabilities, and finally making sure the whole thing is sustainable. And then we'll talk about maybe the most important part, how to measure your success. You know, you can't build a strong house on a shaky foundation, right? Same idea here. The first 3 months are all about building that solid base for your AI security program. And this part, it's not about the flashy tech just yet. It's about understanding, planning, and getting everyone on the same page. So this first 12-week sprint, it's super focused. You kick things off by just figuring out what AI tools are even out there in your organization. Then you prioritize the biggest risks, you write a crystal clear, acceptable use policy, and you get that first wave of training out the door to build awareness. And the really crucial thing to get here is that this phase is just as much about people as it is about process. You're not just ticking boxes. You're actually talking to people, securing that executive buy-in, and helping your colleagues understand why this stuff matters. Getting this right from the start, well, it saves you a world of headaches down the road. Okay, foundation's poured. Now it's time to put up the walls. Phase 2, which covers months 4 through 8, is all about rolling out the core technical protections that will actively guard your company's data. And this is where we really start rolling out the tech. We're talking about setting up access controls so people only see what they absolutely need to. We're putting in monitoring tools to see what's going on. And, this is a big one, we're filtering prompts and outputs to catch sensitive data before it ever leaves. But here's a super important reality check. You're not going to nail this perfectly right out of the gate. Your first filters might be too aggressive, or your monitoring might be too noisy. The goal is to keep getting feedback from your users and tweaking the controls to find that sweet spot between rock-solid security and actually letting people get their work done. All right, so the basic defenses are in place. Now, in phase 3, we get to the fun stuff, adding those really advanced, high-tech layers of protection. This is where we shift from just reacting to problems to actually getting ahead of them. Just look at the leap in technology we're talking about here. We're graduating from simple keyword searches to semantic analysis that actually understands the meaning of a prompt. We're using behavior analytics to spot weird activity that might mean an account is compromised. This is a huge jump forward. You know, this quote just nails it. You can't just build a fortress and hope it's secure. Think of red teaming like this. You're basically paying good guys to think like bad guys and find the cracks in your defenses. They find things that your automated scans will just never ever see. Okay, so our final phase of construction is all about playing the long game. We've built this amazing system, but now we have to make sure it can run on its own without needing a team of heroes to keep it going. This is all about making your security program sustainable. And you'll see how the focus totally shifts here, right? We're moving from building to optimizing. The main activities are now things like fine-tuning filters, getting protections out to every single department, and automating processes so the whole thing becomes self-sufficient. And that's really the end game here, because the tools will change, the technology will change, but a strong security culture where every single person knows they have a part to play, that's what gives you real, lasting protection. It becomes part of the company's DNA. So you've done all this work, 18 months of it. How do you actually prove it was worth it? You have to show the return on that investment. Let's dig into some numbers that show the real-world value of doing this right. First off, check this out, a whopping 78% drop in data exposure risk. And that's not just a number we pulled out of thin air. You can actually estimate this by tracking how many risky prompts you've blocked and how many potential disasters you've avoided. And of course, that risk reduction translates into real money. By stopping those data leaks before they happen, you're avoiding fines, lawsuits, you name it. In this case, we're talking about a potential loss of $2.4 million avoided. Now this one tells a really important story. Security isn't there to slow things down. It's an enabler. When you give people safe, approved ways to use AI, they feel confident. And that confidence leads to a 3.2 times increase in people actually using these tools to innovate and be more productive. And this, right here, is the story you want to be able to tell. A strong security program isn't just an expense or an insurance policy, it's a direct investment that unlocks the incredible power of AI for your entire organization, and it absolutely pays for itself. So that leaves us with one final and really critical question. This roadmap gives you an amazing framework to secure the AI we have today, but this tech is moving at lightning speed. So the real challenge and the true key to success is building a culture that's ready to adapt to whatever comes next. And that's a wrap on our 10-part explainer on protecting PII and IP in AI systems, based on the report from Virtualization Options LLC. We really hope this final chapter gives you a clear path forward. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey.